guys. I'm just gonna hurry and make sure we are set here. Sorry, I'm so slow. It's a little early to be live streaming. Okay, here we go. Okay. Well, good morning. I'm so glad you guys could join us today. We're going to be crafting early in the morning. We'll be fresh and ready to go. My name is Liz Welker, and I am in New York City. It's such a nice day. And I'm going to be showing you today how to make a gilded Christmas village. So you can see it here behind me, this finished product, and I will have detailed images of the finished product on my blog later today as well. This is such a fun project. Before we moved to the city in the summer, and when we were moving, we knew we were going to have to downsize a lot. We have just no storage here in our apartment. And I got rid of all of my Christmas decorations. So part of that move meant I was going to have to come up with a bunch of new decorations, and not a ton because clearly our space is so small. So I decided that I was going to make a lot of those ornaments and decorations because I didn't want to spend a lot of money. So this village was a perfect fit for me, and it only takes you only have like 5 supplies that you need to make it. So it's really affordable. And really fun to do. If you follow our blog, you may have seen that in October we did a Halloween village, and it is the similar idea where we use a birdhouse from Michael's, super cheap. I think you can get these for around $4. And if you have Michael's coupons, a lot less than that even. And so, oh, thanks, Deanna. Hi, Deanna. She says my house looks cute. That's because you can only see this part of my house. Anyways, you can get these so affordably, and they have all different kinds of birdhouses that you can use to make like different sizes and heights. I used 4 of a pretty similar of a similar shape and size, but you can buy whatever sizes you want to kind of like make a church or make a school or whatever it is if you want to go a little bit more wild with your project. I went a little bit more minimal because I wanted it to kind of all blend in. Megan, you're so nice. Thank you. I wanted it all to kind of blend in and kind of have like a minimal, a little bit like sleeker, more modern feel, but there's so much you can do with this project. So all you're gonna do is get your birdhouses. So like I said, you can see up here, I got 4 different kinds of the birdhouses. And then you'll need a white paint is what I used for mine. And I am obsessed with home decor chalk paint from Folk Art just because the coverage is so great. And then the big player that you're gonna need for this project is Liquid Leaf, which is a liquid gold gilding. Martha Stewart also makes a great liquid gilding. If you've used gold leaf before where you kind of like peel off the pages and use the glue, this gives a really, really similar effect, and I feel like it's a little bit easier. The reason I like using this over like a gold metallic paint is because it's so much richer. So the colors of the gold, let's see if you can tell by looking at this. The colors of the gold are so rich, it gives the effect that you actually used, you know, paper leaf on there, but you just paint it on. So I love to use gilding because I think it just takes your project to the next level. It kind of elevates it. So liquid gilding. And then I have these bottle brush wreaths that I think are a super cute touch to your houses. And I just found these on Etsy. I know you can get them on Amazon, wherever. And then a couple of paintbrushes. I love a Folk Art paintbrush. So one for your paint and one for your gilding. So what I found when I I was making mine is that it made sense to do the white paint first. Just because the coverage for the gilding is so good that you can cover up any spots that you may have messed up on while you're painting. So I recommend doing that first. I have sanded my house before I started this project, before we started filming it, just to make sure everything was nice and smooth. And all you're gonna do is just paint it. It's really not hard. What I had fun doing, as you can see with mine, is alternating the surfaces that I painted gold or white. So I changed, and some I did the door, and some I did the roof, some I did the windows, and then when they all are all together, they all look a little bit different, but it's still cohesive. So all you're gonna do is just start painting. It's so easy and so fun. I was thinking, so if you saw my Halloween village, you'll know that we use these exact same houses, and for that I used Mod Podge and paper to give the village some texture and some like different designs. So I used like paper with bats and paper with stripes, and I Mod Podged it to the surface of the house. And you could definitely do that with your Christmas one. It just depends on what style you're looking for. So if you wanted to use a Christmas paper and do it on the roof, or do it on the front of the house or on the sides, you could totally do that. This is just painting it is such a simple way too. So when you decide to do a village like this, there's so many ways that you can I don't know why I can't think, that you can decorate it using really simple tools. There's also so many different formulas of Mod Podge that you could use. There's extreme glitter, which is really, really fun to be using during the holidays because of all the glitter. You could also Mod Podge it and then pour glitter on. There's so much that you can do. So as you can see, I just painted one coat on the door on one of the windows, so you can see how good the coverage is when you use Folk Art home decor paint. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of the gilding now too. So when you're going to use the gilding, you're going to give it a good shake. And then you're going to definitely want to work on a covered surface with this gilding. And it does have a little bit of a smell, so you're going to want to make sure it's a really well ventilated area. And you're just going to see how gorgeous this goes on. It really feels like, it really makes you feel so fancy. Like, it goes on so beautifully. It's really like you feel like you're painting with gold. And you can see that it has such a nice shimmer to it that you don't get with just like a normal acrylic paint. And like I said before, the coverage is so good. So if you do this last, it will cover any spots you may have messed up with your white, because it just covers really well. So you're gonna just paint either your sides, paint your windows, paint your roof. I painted the bottoms of mine, and just alternate them like I did here until you like where you're at. Now with the gilding, you're gonna wanna give it at least an hour to dry completely. I didn't find that I needed any more coats than one coat, but you're welcome to do 2 coats if you'd like it. The Folk Art home decor chalk paint, it dries a lot faster, and I did do 2 coats of that on each of mine. So make sure that you do give yourself some time for the gilding to dry before you kind of move on to next steps. After you finish painting your houses, it's a good idea to seal it with maybe an acrylic sealer, just a spray. Plaid Crafts has tons of those kinds of products that you can grab and just spray it down, especially if you're planning on using it for years to come. Thanks, Teresa. Hi, I'm in New York too. Oh, Cynthia, you can get these. I got my houses at Michael's, and they have, like I said at the beginning, if you missed it, they have all different sizes of them. It's just in the birdhouse section. So if you're like in the unfinished wood, you'll see birdhouses there, and these ones are there in that section. And I was saying at the beginning, it's really fun. You can buy a bunch of different kinds of houses and then really make your Christmas village all different sizes and levels if you want, or you can have it kind of be all the same like I did. So give yourself some time for the gilding to dry, finish painting everything. Then we're gonna add our fun little touches with our wreaths. So I decided to add some gilding to my wreaths as well. So all I did was dip my brush in. Hello from Mexico, Cynthia. The houses are under $5. Some of them are as low as, $2.99 depending on whichever size. These ones I think were $4.99, but you can always find like a 40% off coupon on Michaels.com or whatever and print it off, or like a 50% off one item or whatever. So that's where I found my houses. Okay, so all I'm doing on my wreath is just giving it like a light dusting of the gilding. And I don't want it to be completely coated. I kind of want it to look like if it snowed gold or something. So I'm just gonna tap all the way around my wreath like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna tap all the way around my wreath like that. And then, like I said, you'll wanna give your gilding about an hour to dry. And then what you'll do with this is just some hot glue and, some hot glue and attach it to the front of your house. So easy. And then you can just line them up. So I just have mine lined up here on my mantle. And you can add different kind of figurines. If you're looking at Michaels, you'll be able to see that there's all different kinds of miniatures there. That's also where I got my trees for the houses, but there's all different kinds of miniatures you can do. And like I said before, if you're getting all different kinds of houses, it's super fun to use Mod Podge and to add paper, or just go simple like this. If you didn't want to use gilding, you could also just do corresponding paint colors. There's so many different fun ways you can do this. Tina asked if this is a gilding wax. It's Liquid Leaf is what I'm using to gild the houses. And I mentioned before that the reason I love using Liquid Leaf instead of just like a normal gold paint is, as you can see, it just gives it such a deep, such a deep gold tone that it almost looks like it has been gold leafed, but it goes on so easy and it's so beautiful. So easy, and that's really it. It's a really quick tutorial. All you're gonna do is paint it on, and the real, stars of this project are just getting the right tools to make it, and then it's so easy. So you're gonna want the Liquid Leaf, and then just a chalk, I use the Home Decor Folk Art chalk paint because the coverage is so great. So if you're using really, really high quality tools, it's so easy to make these houses. So if you are wanting to make one of these for your house and start your own Christmas village using Mod Podge, using Liquid Leaf, using these great brushes and the Folk Art chalk paint, you can get it all on Plaid Crafts website right now. It's plaidonline.com, and you can get your entire order of $25 or more for 25% off if you use the code PrettyLifeGirls at checkout. So you can get your Liquid Leaf, your paint, your brushes. You could get Mod Podge if you're wanting to add some glitter or some paper or a different kind of texture to your houses. You can get all of that on Plaid Online. So plaidonline.com, and then use the code PrettyLifeGirls for 25% off at checkout. Thank you guys so much for watching this. It was so much fun. If you make these houses, please share them with us. Me and my sister blog at prettylifegirls.com, and you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter at prettylifegirls. And just go ahead and tag us if you make these and show us all of your creations. There were several people who made our Halloween version of these houses, which you can find on our blog, prettylifegirls.com, and they shared them with us, and it was the most fun. So thank you guys so much for watching, and happy holidays.